On my honor.
On my honor.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country.
To obey the Scout law.
To help other people at all times.
To keep myself physically strong.
Mentally awake.
And morally straight.
Since the beginning of Scouting, the words to the Scout Oath have not changed very much, and the principles are still the same. Every Scout learns these words within the first few weeks of registering for the Boy Scouts of America. The Occoneechee Council, located in the heart of North Carolina, holds these ideals and principles to the highest of standards. The Occoneechee Council contains 10 districts and maintains 3 council camps: Camp Campbell, Camp Reeves, and Camp Durant. The Boy Scouts of America have led a strong leadership program for 108 years. The Occoneechee Council has been a chartered council since 1929 and continues to hold the traditions and ideals of Scouting every day.
The reason that I chose to be a part of the Boy Scout organization really boiled down to when I found out I was pregnant. My sons are 4th generation Scouts, and this is a program that we strongly believe in. The reason I decided to become a professional is because I believe in what we do. I think if you were to talk to any of our adult leaders, volunteer or professionals, the reason we're doing this is because we believe in the mission of the organization, and that's to prepare our young people to make moral and ethical choices for their whole lifetimes. It's not just about developing them until they're 18 or until they're 21. It's really about developing characteristics and values that are going to last them the rest of their lives. And I think that's probably the main reason that a lot of adults stick around. I get the joy of working with adults who have been part of this organization for 50 and 60 years. You don't stick around if you don't believe in the mission of what you're trying to accomplish. Hands down, the most rewarding part of what I get to do is I get to influence the lives of people. I get to work with young people, I get to work with people who are older than I am, and I get to spend time shaping lives. And I think it's probably the most rewarding part of my job. It's not necessarily about the camping, it's not about the program that I deliver, but it's really about helping influence the people that I'm with, and that makes it very rewarding.
We've been camping for the weekend, and we've been doing fun activities, like we went fishing, and we also went to these baseball games, and then we went here and we earned our badges, so we earned awards and stuff. These boxes of badges in it, and we get to earn really cool badges where you get to do cool things like getting your reeling trip. You get to cut some wood and carve cool sticks into letters, cool walking sticks. You can put ropes around some of them so you can have fun while you're doing good things to other people.
I mean, I think the Cub Scouting program in particular, which is obviously what I'm most familiar with, has really given me a chance, I think, to build bonds with my kids. In a time and an era where we're all extremely busy with other activities, sports, community events, things of that nature. So Scouting gives us an opportunity to come together, do things as a family, I think. And then also the community, again, outreach activities that we do as a Scout gives me an opportunity with my kids to spend time with them. You know, I can look back at the things I did as a child with my parents are very similar to the things, that involved in Scouting. I can also just look to the leadership that Scouts provides in the community and wanting my kids to be part of something that was very community-based.
So there's a Scout Oath and a Scout Law that really defines the values of family Scouting. So I've seen the development of my kids. They ultimately, they've really learned leadership, responsibility, ownership, how to learn independence and become ultimately trying to be good contributors of society. We're trying to prepare them for life is the quote that we're trying to do. And I've seen it in my son, who's now 12 and just started Boy Scouts and crossed over, and he's doing really well. In fact, he's encouraged me not to play the same role I did as I did in Cub Scouts.
There are many benefits of Scouting. To name a few, there's character development, leadership development, exposure to activities which may evolve into hobbies or careers later on, and also the knowledge and skill to be good stewards of our environment.
Because of the broad program that the Boy Scouts of America offers, many Scouts and Scouters alike have different ideas of what their favorite part of it is.
In 2014, I got to participate in my first ever council camporee. It's where we brought all these Scouts together from our council, and we just had a load of fun. We had a mud run, we had tons of activities that we were able to participate in, and ultimately it was a really great sense of Scouting community. I was able to make connections with Scouts from other cities and other districts, other than just the ones in my own crew. It was probably one of my favorite things, and because it was my first, it's even more special.
You get to make new friends and you get to meet new people, so you can have fun together, going camping and having fun doing games. And you also get to go camping, which is fun for me. And I used to do it with my brother, so it made me really having lots of fun.
I think my favorite things in scouting that I've done is just the national events, either visiting the National Jamboree or being an attendee at the National Order of the Air Conference. I think my favorite things of what Occoneechee Council is just, even though we're a large council, it's just how much friendship and how close everybody is together, even though we're exceptionally large.
I've met a lot of amazing people. My closest friends, amazing mentors. I don't know where I'd be without these people and this program that brought us together.
The Boy Scouts of America have been around for a long time and have stayed true to their values, but have also made some changes over time.
I've seen Scouting change to stay relevant in today's society, including the membership changes over the past few years, but also, more subtly, the way the program is delivered. Technology has been sneaking its way into the program, and it's been enhancing it. With new merit badges, new ways to teach, new ways to enhance the experience for Scouts, new fronts to test our Scouting honor in the face of adversity. The kinds of technology we have now weren't even dreamed of when the Scouting movement came to America, but it's here, and the program has adapted without sacrificing its values.
The changes that I've seen made within the council, within the organization nationally, has been great. Went from being an organization who didn't allow youth who are homosexuals or adults who are homosexuals to allowing them to now be part of our program. Coming in February of 2019, we're going to allow our girls to be part of our Boy Scout program, which is a very exciting change. And when I've talked to people about that change, a lot of people have been resistant. And I said, you know, I have a son, and my sons have the opportunity to earn Eagle Scout. And I didn't get that opportunity because of being a girl. And it was the realization that if we were to go into a job interview and I had the same credentials as somebody else, and I was going up against a boy and he was able to put Eagle Scout on his application, that I'm at an unfair advantage automatically. And so I think what's great about this is this opens up the field and gives a fair advantage to everyone and gives our girls the opportunity to learn the leadership skills that our boys have been able to do for the past 100 years.
And I think it's all for the betterment of the youth, and that's really what we're here for, you know, as adult volunteers. To me, it's always been about the youth and not what the adults can gain. So as long as the youth are able to exceed and do things they want to do, give them experiences that they wouldn't have otherwise be able to experience. That's what means a lot to me.
Sure. Well, my son, I've seen a good bit of growth in him personally. Some of that's due just to the natural age progression, going from a kindergartner now to a second grader. But I've also seen the bonds that he's created, some lifelong friends there, the things that he's learning from his den leaders. and the things that he's learning from the other leaders in the packs. I can see some of those things, those the willingness to step up and help when it's needed, things of that nature. I can see that change in him. For the changes with the girls, it was a huge help for us because we were already at scout events with our son. My girls were already attending den meetings. They were already attending pack activities, pack campouts such as we're at today. The ability for them to now be able to earn rank and feel like they're part of the program versus a sibling has been huge. And that's just for the Cub Scouts, a part of it. The growth that I've seen in my two daughters since being part of this has been really impressive to see the bonds they formed with their new girl counterparts in their dens, their new girl den mates, has been really good. And then looking forward, I think, to the new scouting program when they're of age to join that, just having access to that leadership program, which, in my estimation, is the best leadership program available to youth today. Having my daughters have access to the same leadership program that my son has access to is huge for me. And frankly, it's something my daughters are looking forward to as well.
Cub Scouts, quite frankly, is always been family scouting, and the boys and girls, the parents, the whole family is here anyway, and so this gives them an opportunity to participate. And my daughter, she is just elated. She gets to wear the uniform and earn the badges, and my personal opinion, I've seen how excited she is. If it's that good of a program and it brings those kind of values to her, why wouldn't to the boys? Why wouldn't we want to do the same thing for girls? To my daughter specifically. So I've seen her already. She's embraced it, and I certainly have.
Welcoming females into the scouting program is a good thing. It'll give more people exposure to the scouting values, and in turn, I believe, will develop more prepared, morally focused individuals to lead for our posterity.
Boy Scouts, especially in the Occoneechee Council, have embraced the changes that the national organization has made to the program. The BSA is now looking towards the future to see what exactly lies ahead.
I'm still in scouting because I don't know what else I'd do with my time. I've had so many great experiences and learned so many things because of scouting that I want to make sure that the youth can enjoy the things that I have. I see the BSA staying just as relevant as ever. The program has been evolving and changing aspects of it with the times, but it has stayed true to its mission statement, and I'm confident it will continue to benefit the lives of young people, including those who are just young at heart.
The Scouting movement has impacted the world for over 108 years. As the program continues to change, the mission of the Boy Scouts will not. The mission is to prepare young people to make ethical and moral choices over their lifetimes by instilling in them the values of the Scout Oath and law. In 2018, the Boy Scouts have seen a lot of change, but nothing will keep them away from the original mission of the founder, Lord Robert Baden-Powell.
The Scout is trustworthy,
Loyal,
helpful,
friendly,
Courteous,
kind,
obedient,
cheerful,
thrifty,
brave.
clean,
and reverent.